Man, you gotta calm down, brother. Cause listen, man, things can get real sticky real quick, and then everybody would say, this is what we do every time we come out. This is what we do when we come out.
He already said he wanted to move up in comments to be undisputed at 54 or something like that. So, yeah, he definitely did say that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We ain't worrying about, right now we ain't worrying about Crawford. We're going to clean 147 now, and then we're going to move to 154. If he there and he got a belt, we coming after him. Simple as that.
Bro, listen, just like you talking, just like you doing all that talking, bro, it can turn deadly real quick, but on both sides. So why not support, listen, why not support your fighter? Support your fighter. You ain't got nothing wrong with that. Support your fighter. Y'all support y'all fighter. Let's come together, make this event a success, instead of everybody saying every time we get together, you know what I mean, it's always shooting and violence. Everybody know Team Crawford. Y'all know I get active.
Breaking news in the boxing world as Terence Crawford shocks everyone by appearing ringside at the press conference. Not just showing face, but fully backing Xander Zayas. This instantly flips the narrative, putting pressure on Jaron Ennis ahead of fight week.
You a
there is stuff.
You a
See,
you a
Hold
talking
on.
to.
Let Aaron.
You a cause you keep talking like a
you too
you
emotional,
doing all that
man.
talking.
That's how
You
we
doing all
get
that
it.
talking.
You can't
niggas
gotta
always
come back.
talking.
Can't come back.
Real don't talk, and you talking too much.
Xander Zayas openly praises Terence Crawford, showing deep respect for his influence in boxing. He highlights confidence in his own skill set and dominance at 154, but Crawford's backing clearly adds serious psychological weight to his rise in the division.
I have a great relationship with him, and obviously those words mean the world to me. From somebody like him, what he means to the island and to boxing, it's amazing. So again, like he said, I could fight, I could box, I could do it everything in there. And inside that ring, I'm the natural 154 pounder. So I've been here for a long time. I'm here to keep taking over the division, and I'm excited to continue that.
Jaron Ennis is showing pure killer confidence ahead of this clash, fully convinced he can break down anyone in front of him. But in a fight where Xander Zayas now has Crawford's backing, these statements only add more pressure and expectation.
I know if I do the right things, I will stop him.
Absolutely
Everybody
not.
will go down.
Absolutely not.
Everybody will go down.
Absolutely not.
Why'd you say that?
Cause it's just so much that I see. That I know for a fact that I know he's not going to take this.
Cool. I'm glad you think that way. I really do. I really enjoy this.
Titles for Xander Zayas.
I'm not worrying about none of that, bro.
I'm
not worried about none of that.
Unified at
I'm not worried about none of that.
Here he is. Second fight is
Them things come back home with me.
Touch him one more time. Last time you're gonna touch him. Last time you're gonna touch
What you
him.
gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna do nothing. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. He don't want them joints. Yeah. He a baby, bro. He a baby. I ain't worried about him. No, he cool. Yeah. He know better. He all right.
Hold that stare long enough. Something like that is bound to happen.
Terence Crawford is giving Xander Zayas respect, but also subtle warning about timing. He acknowledges the heart and confidence, yet suggests the step up against elite opposition like Jaron Ennis may still be premature at this stage.
Man, that's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he have in himself, and he's ready to go make history for his country, and he's gonna do real well in that fight. I just think, right now, it's a little bit too early for him.
Rolly Romero clearly leans toward Jaron Ennis, pointing out experience gap as the deciding factor. While Xander gets respect for youth, Boots' maturity and ring experience are being highlighted as the real difference in this matchup discussion.
It's hard to really go against Boots because on that one was specifically Xander. You know, I feel Xander's still young. You know, Boots is a lot older and has a lot more.
Greg Hackett breaks down Xander Zayas as a strong, durable, and energetic challenger who brings real physical presence. He stresses this is no easy step up for Boots, making the matchup competitive and high risk for both sides.
What I love about the fight is Xander is big, young, strong, skillful, and he not afraid. Boots, we know he try to bring everything to the table, the speed, the power, you know, just the lights. He bringing everything to it. I think it's a great test for Boots because this is a guy who you can say is durable. You can say he's durable because he's never been stopped. I never even seen him go down. You know what I mean? So it's not like we talking about a chump. You know what I mean? He come in the fight. And I think this kid being young will make him dangerous. Him being young, energetic, and then a big guy. He got real good size to him. You know what I mean? Strong guy. And I think that right there enough is going to make it a great fight.
This is pure fight week tension from Xander Zayas, showing he is not intimidated by Jaron Ennis in any way. The belt incident proves the mental edge Xander is trying to establish, letting Boots know he already sees himself as champion. Even when Boots pushes boundaries, Xander stays composed but firm, showing controlled aggression rather than chaos. In a fight where Crawford's backing adds confidence behind him, moments like this matter psychologically. It's not just physical anymore, it's ego, respect, and dominance being tested before they even step in the ring.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I knew that was something that was going to happen. He was going to touch the belt. And at the beginning, I told him, touch him. This is the closest you're going to get to them. So I don't mind you touching what's mine, because at the end of the day, he's going to stay at home. But then at the end, he just started rubbing, and I'm like, all right, bro, like, we're good. Like, you don't have to keep touching him. And he touched him again, so I dropped him. I'm like, all right, this is the last time. What's up? And that's about it.
Jaron Ennis mixes uncertainty with dangerous confidence, admitting he hasn't faced Xander yet, but still predicting an early stoppage. That kind of mindset shows why he is considered elite, but it also builds pressure because Xander Zayas is not an easy target anymore. With Crawford openly supporting Xander, Boots' confidence statements now carry extra weight and expectation. Saying he can finish him early sounds bold, but in this matchup, bold words can easily turn into fuel for the opponent. Xander thrives on being underestimated, and this could backfire badly.
Xander's the best guy out of everyone that you've fought so far. I mean, obviously you haven't been in the ring with him yet, but are you expecting that at least?
I mean, I can't really say like you said because I haven't been in the ring with him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I can go in there in the first round and get him out there, and we're not able to see nothing from him. So, like, I can't really say, but I think he got out of all the guys at 54, he got a better skill set than most of those guys at 54.
Okay.
Yeah. Eddie Hearn highlights how quickly respect turns into tension in this rivalry. The face-to-face aggression shows both Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis are emotionally invested, and that adds danger to the fight itself. When fighters start reacting with anger rather than control, mistakes happen. But Xander looks calmer in controlled moments, especially with Crawford's influence backing his mindset. Boots brings heat, but this kind of spite can either explode into dominance or collapse under pressure once the real fight begins.
You know, I think when you're getting poked like that in a face-to-face, you know, after a while the temper goes, and it's good. You know, I think it's going to be that kind of fight.
Greg Hackett breaks down a very realistic fight scenario where Xander Zayas must use size, control, and timing to beat Jaron Ennis. The key message is simple. It all comes down to fight night execution. While Boots has power and explosiveness, Xander's durability and discipline make him a live threat. With Crawford's influence in his corner mentally, Xander is learning how to handle pressure situations better. This isn't just about skill, it's about who adjusts first when things get ugly inside the ring.
I mean, listen, man, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. It always comes down to that night. You know what I mean? You got to be right that night. In my opinion, Xander would have to use his size. You know what I mean? Use your size. Impose your will. Box a little bit, but impose your will at times. You know what I mean? Don't let Boots steal the rounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's to say, though? That kid might hit hard enough to get a knockout. We don't know. You know what I mean? And that's why I love the fight. Absolutely. We don't know. Because one thing I can say, not to cut you off, when your back is to the wall, man, you do some amazing things. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
This is high praise for Jaron Ennis, ranking him among the very best purely on skill level. even above Xander Zayas. But that's exactly where the narrative becomes interesting, because Xander is being underestimated repeatedly. With Crawford backing him and giving him confidence publicly, this underdog energy becomes dangerous. Skills alone don't decide fights at this level. Timing, mindset, and adaptation do. And if Xander carries belief into fight night, these rankings could mean nothing once punches start landing.
I think Boots is a more skilled boxer than Xander Zayas. I think Boots is phenomenal. I got him as the second best fighter in the world. I got Shakur Stevenson. And when I say that, I'm not talking about accolades, what they've achieved, achievements and stuff like that. I'm just talking about boxing ability. That's why I think Boots beat. Unless, like my man said, he's not good. And I said that when the fight was in.
This is high praise for Jaron Ennis, ranking him among the very best purely on skill level, even above Xander Zayas. But that's exactly where the narrative becomes interesting, because Xander is being underestimated repeatedly. With Crawford backing him and giving him confidence publicly, this underdog energy becomes dangerous. Skills alone don't decide fights at this level. Timing, mindset, and adaptation do. And if Xander carries belief into fight night, these rankings could mean nothing once punches start landing.
So Xander is a good fighter, but I don't know if he's on Boots level yet.
What's the best advice you could give him if
He's
he's heading into it?
Just keep trying to advance, keep learning your craft, keep studying your craft, keep working on your repertoire, because having a deep repertoire is what it's going to take. You need a guy like Boots, because Boots has a great repertoire.
Xander Zayas here shows real professionalism and long-term thinking about his career at 154 pounds. He openly talks about growth, discipline, and structured nutrition, which is crucial for staying competitive in elite boxing. What stands out is his connection to the same nutrition team trusted by Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, which immediately raises his credibility at championship level. This isn't just a prospect talking. This is a fighter building a system around longevity and performance. Compared to Jaron Ennis, who relies heavily on explosive ability, Xander is clearly focused on controlled development and physical maturity. That kind of foundation can become a major advantage in longer fights where conditioning and weight management decide the outcome. If he continues this trajectory, Xander won't just be a contender, he will become a fully developed champion-caliber fighter capable of competing with anyone in the division.
If they don't lose weight, then they got to move up, because that's the whole point of fighting at 154. You got to make a little bit of weight. I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting bigger. We keep controlling it. I have a great nutritionist team that work with me. The ones that work with Terence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, so they know what they're doing. And I believe in them throughout my whole career.
Oscar de la Hoya gives a very balanced breakdown, admitting the fight is extremely close while still slightly leaning toward Jaron Ennis due to his overall skill and momentum. He highlights how dangerous both fighters are, especially in terms of distance control and punching variety. However, what stands out is the bigger picture he mentions, the frustration of matchmaking delays in the division. While Boots is seen as slightly favored, Xander Zayas being in this conversation at all shows how quickly his stock is rising. With Crawford now aligned with Xander's name in discussions, the pressure shifts again because expectations increase dramatically. This isn't just about one fight anymore. It's about who takes control of the entire 154-pound division. Both fighters are being positioned for future dominance, but Xander's path feels more narrative-driven right now, especially with major names indirectly supporting his rise.
Well, Xander Zayas is a very good fighter, a complete fighter, a fighter who I think presents next to the most, he's probably the second most difficult guy to fight in the weight class, because he's rangy. He can do so many things. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He's a great body puncher. He's a very, very respected guy, and I think he's very mature for his age. Boots, on the other hand, is looking for that coming out party type fight. So he got to fight somebody at this point. And because he couldn't get A, he went to B. And I like that about Boots, because Boots saying, I want all the smoke. If this one won't take me, I'll go find the next one. And so, since he couldn't make the fight with Ortiz, he made the fight with Xander. This is what you want to see. This is a barn burner, I think. May the best man win, but both of these guys or capable of becoming the biggest threat to Fundora in the weight class, because right now, Fundora is still the king of the weight class.
But Zayas is, again, he's the most marketable guy right now in this hemisphere, I think, as far as young guys. Not that Ennis isn't, again, but there's, yeah, that Puerto Rican fan base, if you give them a champion like that with all the marketability that Zayas has, they will blend in very.
This is pure post-brawl intensity from Xander Zayas, showing a mindset built on breaking opponents mentally and physically. He believes Jaron Ennis will eventually reach a point where he cannot process the fight or respond effectively, which shows extreme confidence in his pressure game. However, the most important part is not just aggression, but how convinced Xander is that experience and toughness will take over once chaos starts. With Crawford's backing in the bigger narrative, this confidence feels amplified. But against someone like Boots, these psychological declarations can either become reality or completely backfire when the pace shifts and the opponent refuses to break. It is a high-risk mindset built on belief in control under pressure.
Same, he's gonna be uncomfortable. He's gonna get to a point where his head, his brain won't be able to give him the answers he's looking for. His body won't be able to react. And when that time comes, he's in deep waters. He's in trouble now. And then that's when his heart is gonna come with me. He's not gonna be able to handle it.
He must not know where I'm from.
He won't be able to have answers. It doesn't matter where you're from. I'm not talking about because I'm not talking.
It has something. I get what you're saying. I get everything you're saying.
But you don't know where I'm from.
Your upbringing, I don't. I ain't saying.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not bringing about where you're from.
Yeah.
I never said that.
You ain't taking nothing. I'm telling you now.
All right.
I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
I love his confidence though. I love it. It's like I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
It's the way it is.
This breakdown highlights exactly why this matchup is generating massive hype in the boxing world. Both Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis are viewed as elite young fighters at their peak development stage, making this a true 50-50 type clash. Xander's experience as a unified champion and long amateur to pro transition gives him composure, while Boots brings raw dominance and unanswered questions at this weight class. The debate around whether Ennis is still untested at 154 adds more fuel to the rivalry. However, Xander benefits from being battle-tested and more structurally developed, especially with elite-level guidance and Crawford-linked influence in his circle. This is not just a fight. It is a proving ground for both fighters to establish who truly belongs at the top of the division in front of a massive crowd and global spotlight.
In the 154-pound division, Xander Zayas versus Boots Ennis. This is more like it. This is what we want to see.
This is a phenomenal fight, and they're both in their primes. Xander Zayas is 23 years old. He turned pro when he was 17, and he's a unified world champion going in there against Boots Ennis, who he's only had one fight against the guy who was 14-1, got rid of him in a round. So he's completely, I don't care like what Eddie Hearn was saying, that guy was untested. So he's completely untested at 154 pounds in there against one of the best champions in the division. Mate, that fight is going to be electric. Puerto Rico in Brooklyn on June 27th. That is going to be phenomenal.
I love the matchup, just, there's still two young guys. Boo is 28, but he's still a young guy. He's in his prime. And, Xander Zayas is 23. And when I look at this matchup initially, the first thing I think about is it too soon for Xander Zayas? Is it a year too soon? Is it a year and a half too soon? Some say, but he's still a two-time world champion. That doesn't mean that he's ready for this. I think Xander, and I like Xander a lot. I like him a lot personally. I like his movement. I like how he's carried himself, and I like him and I've seen his growth, calling his fights on ESPN. He's got a lot to like. He's got the range. He's got the height. He's tough. He's got a whole country behind him. And he fully embraces trying to be the next great Puerto Rican champion. And he's going to cause some problems for Boots Ennis throughout this fight. But my initial question is this too soon or is it the right time? Is it ripe and the right time for Xander Zayas and for Jaron Boots Ennis? He needed this name. He needed this kind of matchup because that's been the biggest knock on him.